Did you know it's now illegal if you want to fit a drop plate to lower that tow ball on your tow bar? So this is my new to me 2021 Nissan Navara NP300 pickup, and I just fitted this brand new tow bar. And the ball height when the vehicle is loaded should be between 350 and 420 millimeters off the ground to the center of the ball. But this one is 520. And these later Navaras from July 2019 have different rear springs. They've got a dual weight spring which has kicked the back of the vehicle up by, I think, 35 millimeters. And that's obviously not helping either, and raising that tow ball even further. And by the way, if you're looking at Navaras and you want to know whether you got the later one with the revised rear springs, those models also have Apple Carplay and Android Auto in the head unit, and you can tell those ones because these two knobs are at the bottom, whereas if they've got the knobs at the top, that's the early 2019 model, which doesn't have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay and has the older rear springs. So I need to lower this tow ball by at least 100 millimeters, and that range in tow ball height is when a vehicle is laden. But when I'm towing, it's only ever going to be me driving. I'm never going to have anything in the back. So when I'm sat in there, that will not drop that rear suspension at all. So I was just going to add a 6-inch drop plate, and that would have dropped the ball by 100 millimeters. And as you can see, I've got one. This one is probably 30 or 40 years old. It's from old Land Rovers I had, and that would have done the job just fine. However, I've now learned that drop plates are now illegal. And if I fitted this drop plate on this tow bar, this would no longer be type approved, and therefore it could be invalidating my insurance. The reason is that the regulations stipulate that if you're fitting a tow bar to a vehicle manufactured after 1998, that tow bar must be type approved. And every tow bar manufacturer has to get type approval for every individual type of tow bar for every type of vehicle, and that includes the tow ball. And if you fit a drop plate to it, you're then lowering that tow ball, which changes all the forces on the tow bar and therefore invalidates the type approval. That is, unless the tow bar manufacturer has got type approval with a drop plate, but then they've got to do that with every single tow bar and every single size of drop plate. So there's a lot of combinations there, so consequently they don't bother now. So in my case, I've fitted the Tow Trust TNIS1 tow bar here because this has the greatest tongue weight of any tow bar for the Navara, in the UK anyway, and I've already got the tow ball mounted on the lowest mountings, so I can't get that any lower. So I telephoned Tow Trust technical department to see what my options were and to see how I could lower that ball by 100 millimeters, and they indeed did confirm that drop plates cannot be used and are now illegal. And the chap looked at what testing had been done on the TNIS1 tow bar on the Navara and gave me two options. So the first option is I could take this bar here and turn it upside down. So I'm bolting it from the brackets there and spinning the whole thing round. And what that does is effectively give you a 45 millimeter drop. However, in my case, that still isn't really enough. I really want 100 millimeters. So the other option is to fit their adjustable coupling plate, because they have rated that with this tow bar for the Navara. I do actually have a very old height adjustable coupling, like I've got various old drop plates. But of course, none of these have been type approved with this tow bar, so you need to use their coupling, which has been type approved. So in my case, I can fit this largest adjustable coupling on this tow bar because it's all been tested together, it's type approved, and of course it's all safe. But then if I fit this drop plate, which will only drop that ball to the same maximum drop as this can, this then is not legal. It's obviously going to be just as safe. Well, maybe in this case this one is a bit thinner metal than what they would provide new, but anyway, assuming this was a new drop plate I bought from Tow Trust, fitting that wouldn't be legal, even though technically it's going to put exactly the same forces on that tow bar with the ball in that same height. So that's why I'm making this video, really, is to share the information, because many people wouldn't realise that fitting these are now illegal unless that tow bar manufacturer has tested their drop plate with that tow bar, and that happens to be exactly the same drop plate that you're going to use. So who cares that drop plates are now illegal to use? An MOT tester probably wouldn't notice or even know, and nor will the police. However, if VOSA pulled you over, and the chances of that are quite high when you're towing a trailer nowadays, they may well be checking, and they might be checking for these type approval stickers which you now get on everything. But more crucially, if you have an accident, particularly if you've got a trailer on and you have a towing related accident, and of course the chances of an accident with a trailer are much greater, if your insurance company then find out that you haven't got a type approved tow bar, then that may well invalidate your insurance. So it's just not worth the risk. So that's why I'm not fitting the drop plate, and I've bought their proper height adjustable coupling, and that's what I'm going to fit next. So I've purchased a Tow Trust adjustable height coupling, and they do two versions, a small and a medium. This one is the medium, which is the largest one they now do, and this is item AAHC-M. As you can see, it's got a total weight of 14.25 kilograms, and it is a very heavy bit of kit. But anyway, this is the medium version, and it's got 4 holes there, and it has a travel of 100 millimeters. The small version has 3 holes, and it has a travel of 50 millimeters. And this is everything you get in the kit, and it was £120 including VAT. But the key thing here is obviously this has been type approved, and my tow bar, the TNIS1, has been type approved with this adjustable coupling. So this has 100 millimeter travel, as I said, and it's got 3 height settings. So you can basically go there, there, or there. And this is really heavy. This section is double skin. I don't quite know why it needs to be as heavy as that, but this is meaty old stuff. Even the electrical socket mounting plate is made of 3 millimeter steel, so not some bit of tin. And these pins are dual locking, so basically that means you've got 2 holes in the end. So you put both an R pin and a lynch pin, or I think they call these cotter pins, on the end of each pin. And I also see you can buy spares, so if you have any wear in your plate or your pins, you can buy replacements from your Tow Trust distributor. Around 94% of the viewers of this channel are not subscribed. I'm sorry to ask, but it would help greatly if you would. Just press the subscribe button. It's free and it shows YouTube you like this vehicle related content. If you want to be notified when new videos are released, click on the bell button also. Thank you. It really helps more than you would imagine. So let's fit this and get this tow ball lowered. So with that loosely put on, and that ball in the lowest position, that is 400 to the middle of the ball. So obviously I can put the ball on there or there, and I can also adjust the plate up. So I've now moved the outer plate up to the middle position, and this tow ball is about 450 millimeters. So I've just got to torque these bolts up, and looking at the instructions here, M16 times 2, 8.8 bolts is 215 Newton meters. That is hell of a lot. So let's set this to 215, which is there. And torque these tow ball ones up to the same, which is very difficult to do on the ground, because that's a very high torque. So with this plate at its lowest setting and the tow ball mounted in the middle of the plate, we've got a ball height of 450 millimeters. And if that's not low enough, then this ball could be dropped down to there, which will lower it by another 50 millimeters. So this now gives me all the adjustment I'll ever need, and all of the rating stickers are all visible, so that will keep those happy if I ever get pulled over. So my main concern about using an adjustable coupling is it going to rattle? And it is. So up and down movement, there is a bit of play there. And I guess over time that might wear the pins out as well. But this way, forward, backwards, I suppose it is going to do that as well. So yeah, up and down and forward and backwards, there is a bit of play there, so potentially the trailer's going to be rattling, certainly under braking and acceleration. And you wouldn't get that if you're using a drop plate, but that's what you got to do to be completely legal. So there we go, that's what it looks like. So I hope you learned something. If you have and you found this video useful, please do click the thumbs up, that really does help. Do subscribe to the channel, and if you want to know more about the Nissan Navara, below in the video description will be a link to a playlist where you can see other videos I've made. Okay, I'll see you on the next one.